Tuesday. I've been in the Philippines for 1,756 days. Loving it. A latte. So my life log is 1,756 days in the Philippines, and I've done around 1,250 vlogs, some good, some bad, some indifferent, some travelling, some cooking, some political, some IT, some it's about my life. So today I'm just going to cover off a few things that are good here. So when you're thinking about coming to the Philippines, some people turn around and say that the reason you're moving or retiring overseas is because you're waiting to die. Nice comment, but we're all waiting to die. It's what you do with that waiting room. Yeah, you can sit there, put your chairs up and veg out watching your phone or doing TVs. Over my 1,756 days here, I've travelled up and down the Philippines. I've travelled to different islands, I've travelled to different cities, I've travelled to different towns, I've met different people, and that life will continue, and it is continuing now, because I will be making a journey soon. But if you're coming here, there are some scary things if you're not used to moving abroad or moving overseas or becoming an expatriate. First one is how do you get your money into where you're going to be living? Well, it's quite simple really. If you maintain an account in your country of origin, you can transfer through a money transfer. Don't use a money exchange, and you can open a deposit account in this country, in the Philippines, or in other countries. But for me, I open a bank account and I transfer it in when I require it, because banking laws in this country only cover you up to 500,000 peso, which is 3 grand, 3,000. Whereas back in the UK it's covered to a greater extent and a higher value, same as in the US, same as other countries. So bank account here, money transfer here, send it to the Philippines here. Straightforward. Takes a day or 2 days. I don't use Remitly, I don't use Western Union, I don't use Palawan. Too many issues with people accessing your account or closing accounts. And because I don't want the UK government to know what I'm doing with my money and where it's going, I use a secure online transfer company. So it gets transferred in, end of negotiation. Start a new negotiation, send it to where I am now. Accommodation, because you need somewhere to live. Accommodation over the last 1,756 days has been fairly stable on rental, location, electricity, water, and what you get for your buck. You can get places to stay here for around about $100 a month, or about £80 a month, and then you've got to pay your electricity, you've got to pay your water, you've got to pay your internet, you've got to buy your food. But it's what you're looking for. A lot of people come here and they want the Western standard, so they rent out 2 or 3 bedroom houses, they rent out 2 or 3 bedroom condominiums. You ain't going to get them for £80 a month or $100 a month. You're going to be sitting near a $400, $500, $600 a month, or a £400 a month. Electricity at the present time is 8.75 kilowatts an hour. Last month it was 11.3. So depending on how much electricity you use depends on how much it's going to cost you. So I can't turn around and tell you what your electricity bill is going to be each month. Mine ranges from about 2008. Hi Kuya, ¿cómo saca? Mine ranges from around 2008 up to 4002, depending whether I'm using AC, fans, electricity, induction hobs, cooking equipment, stoves. But that's been documented in my vlogs. Food prices, they have gone up. They've moved up, they've moved down. It's not as cheap as it used to be in the city to turn around and buy food. In the provinces it is, but when you're in the provinces, the shelf life of the food that you're actually getting doesn't last as long as what you get in the city. Yeah, it's chilled and it's kept ambient, but out in the provinces it's not chilled, it's kept at room temperature, it's kept on the shelf, which means it's open to all the bugs and all the vermin and all the other stuff. Transport, it's cheap to get around the Philippines. You can get your pedicab locally around about 8 or 9 peso. You can get a jeepney, which is around 12 to 15 peso. You can get a taxi, which is, for me to go downtown, is about 150 peso one way. So 300 round trip, £5, or $7. If I turn around and I want to go further afield and I want to catch, say, a coach or a bus from Davao to Manila, it's 3,500 peso one way. If I want to catch a plane from Davao to Manila, it's still 3,500 peso. The difference is, on a plane you'll do it in an hour and a half domestic, and on a coach it will turn and take you 3 days. I've not done the 3-day trip, but I'm going to do it.